From the heart of the nation, where stories ignite, we gather the voices that shine through the night, across every border, through time and through flame. We carry the truth and the power of name. Here's to the dreamers, the builders, the brave, the ones who gave life to the freedom they gave. From the heart of the White House to the world's open door, we present every soul, every voice, evermore. We present the world with honor, with grace, the faces of history, the heartbeat of faith.
Well, guys, I hope you're getting your rock on. Welcome Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Global Embassy of Culture. Again, we have a great guest speaker today. Vincent, what is going on in Africa today?
Yeah, it's going great. It's just that this season is kind of rain. It is seen as a rainy season, and then even today, it rained heavily today, earlier today, and I believe that to a large extent, even though it is the season might be the way it is, you will not say because it is rainy, you throw away your clothes for summer or for the warm season. So I believe to a large extent, this season is going to last. It's going to last, but we have to outlast the season, and we have to keep on maintaining the momentum regardless of what we are going through. Thank you.
Yeah. Regardless of what happened. Thank you, buddy. I know you're working hard and also have several applications in at universities for your master's degree around the world. I'm a great student with very high marks there in cybersecurity and computerization, computer trends. That's all about Vincent. Very high marks at Redeemer University in Nigeria. Also, constantly, you're out there talking with people that would like to hire you. He receives contact because of his high grades and his report cards. And also he did 1 year of service in the Nigerian Youth Service Corps. So that was really impressive. That's kind of like here in the United States, Stormy, when you do like AmeriCorps or Peace Corps, so what's going on with the grandkids today, Stormy? I know we're getting ready to go pick up the grandkids and take them to the fall festival.
Yeah, we're going to go to the local corn maze here, and then they have like 20 other different activities you can do for the farm, and so they're looking forward to that, and we're going to pick them up and maybe make it to the farmer's market. I don't know if we'll make it to the farmer's market, but
Yeah.
we're definitely going to the corn maze.
My favorite event is they have a huge jumping pillow pad. It's inflated about the size of a house. And your kids get up on top of there and they're jumping up and down. It's the biggest pillow. I'll try to photograph it today and put it in the group. We have almost 400 people now as an update for everybody in the Global Embassy of Culture group on WhatsApp. That's kind of where we thrive and live. If you want to come in with us, jump in there anytime. And Vincent, as the global secretary, would you like to put a few things out maybe about what's going on and what's on your mind?
Yes, yes. I would love to share the insights that we started with this month. And I believe that to a large extent, regardless of what we are going through, I'm speaking to the listeners currently, regardless of what you are going through, I want to let you know that if you cannot fly, like the statement by Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you cannot fly, you have to run. If you cannot run, you have to walk. If you cannot walk, you have to crawl. And whatever you have to do, just ensure you're moving forward. And that is the message from the Office of the Global Secretary for the Global Embassy of Culture, that regardless of what you are going through, we want to make you know that if you can outlast the season and if you keep on going, you are just about eating success. So that's an encouragement for you. And every time like this, from time to time throughout the month, we try to push out encouragement just to ensure that everybody keeps on going forward. And that is what we stand for as a community. That is what we stand for as the Global Embassy of Culture. Every voice matters and every contributions matter. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And since this is a TV show, I just want to put it out there. This is not a Zoom call. Our guest speaker today is going to be Miss Pat Courtney Strong. So we're actually not looking to have 20 to 40 faces on some type of big Zoom call here. We are broadcasting live today on 4 channels of Facebook. We're on the Twitch Entertainment Network, YouTube Live right now. Send us your comments, send us your questions. Thank you from Dubai also. I noticed Abdul came in. Abdul, great to see you here. Stormy sent some greetings earlier, and Pat is going to have full updates today. Pat Courtney Strong. She is traditionally from Florida, but Pat actually is in D.C., Washington, D.C., and we are getting ready to go up there from the Global Embassy of Culture. We'll be in D.C. From the 9th through the 14th of December. So if anybody wants to meet with us, I know that Aaron Newman Myers from Purdue Family Farms is going to be there. We're going to be at REITs across America. So this is a big, big event, but also the Army-Navy game, 3 tailgate events with veterans organizations, including the Travis Manion Foundation, but also several others like Sierra Delta we will be with, and several others, including Passport Studios with Brad Bentley. Radio Nemo is going to be live on site. So we're going to have a good time, a couple of gala dinners, some White House luncheons, White House chefs, events and keynote speeches, and maybe a cooking class if we can rustle that up to get your cooking on. So it'll be kind of neat. Thank you also from Budapest, Hungary. Great to see AJ Sony. Appreciate you guys' comments and for coming in to check us out and see what's going on all across the world. I did want to also mention one of the membership benefits of belonging to us for $40 per year has been our scholarship. So our first scholarship winner actually was from Vincent's sister, Ms. Adeosun. And so that was kind of cool. And people always ask us, what's the reason I would want to join another dumb WhatsApp group, or this stupid club, because there's so many to join. We only allow members to submit scholarship submissions. So we're a little bit different in that regard. And she was our first scholarship winner. So that was really neat. And Vincent, your sister is studying to be a medical doctor in Nigeria. I think a gynecologist, and she said she goes to college with her phone, and she's saving money and trying to raise money to buy a computer, a laptop computer. And I was like, part of the problem is her phone, it has difficulty downloading, requirements from the professors and homework and stuff and accessing the library because she's attending college. And mind you guys, she is doing pretty good just using a phone, but she really needs a laptop. So we sent that money, and she's busy fundraising to try to figure out how to get to a laptop. But very important to see. I mean, what a magical thing! Your sister is going to be a medical doctor. How proud are you, bro?
Yes, we just have to keep on moving forward. Yeah, I'm super proud of her, and we just have to keep on moving forward. Like the message states, like I said before, that regardless of what you're going through, if you cannot fly, you just have to run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Whatever you have to do, just keep on moving forward. And I think that with that being said, she embodies that message, and I'm super proud of her.
Yeah, so proud of her. Well, let me bring on Pat Courtney Strong to the stage with us, guys. Pat is doing well today. Like I said, Pat is up in DC. And Pat, how is the weather up there today?
It's a little nippy for old, what is it? No King's Day here in Washington.
Oh yeah, no King's Day. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it's only about 60 degrees at the moment.
And did you get all coffeeed up yet?
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm in good shape.
You're raring to go.
Yeah.
We have known Pat for a short while, a hot minute, maybe about 2 years now. And Pat came to us through some global grants in Rotary International. And so, it seemed like when I first was introduced to Pat, her main focus was the Ukraine. But I know she's done all types of other projects throughout her life on Earth. But Ukraine has been really big for her. And, the Chernihiv Hospital maternity ward project was a big one, putting the solar panels up on top. Other projects, of course, that we have been involved in across the world. And we just finished almost $1 million in Nigeria through Babangona, 500 grand, and $431,000 there with the 1 acre fund. But we are still plugging away, guys, at Ukraine. Okay. So if you hadn't heard anything about what's going on in Ukraine, Pat, we're going to let you rip and take it away, because there is still a lot going on in Ukraine besides possible Tomahawk missiles being given to Ukraine. There's a lot of great, beautiful things going on in Ukraine. And Pat Courtney Strong, happy to have you here today. Pat, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Marty. Now, Marty, I successfully loaded my slides. I guess I just hit this little arrow here, huh? Oh my God.
I can, and I can shrink you down into the corner, or I can put you down at the bottom, depending on which way you like. You got the left-hand side.
I think the left-hand side.
You like the left, okay?
Yeah.
Right. You sure you don't like being down there? No. Okay. All right.
Either is fine. All right. Well, thank you, Marty, and thank you for having me today and letting me do an update on the project. It's nice to be back to this group. Yes, like you said, Marty, there's a lot going on besides, the seemingly endless back and forth about how the war is going to end. We just want to get to the ending. That's what we're looking for. But in the meantime, our Rotary Club in Babcock Ranch, Florida, has been working with the Rotary Club of Kyiv Capital. It's one of the original and oldest Rotary clubs in Kyiv for 2 years now. We met about 2 years ago. And so we're on our third global grant. 2 of them are in various stages of implementation. And then the third one, which I'll be talking about, is our largest project. And it's the biggest uphill climb we have. So let's see, this is actually our website, and you can find it there. It's just a little homemade website on Google Docs, but it gets the job done. These are our partners. They are mostly in Florida, but not by any means just in Florida. We have partners in Ukraine, some schools and universities there, polytechnic institutes, and we have some great friends in Rotary clubs in other states and Canada as well. Canada has really emerged as a powerhouse of support for Ukraine. So we were fortunate to put this group together. Honestly, if people had asked me 2 years ago if I could please help with medical equipment for Ukraine, like many people were doing, my life would be much simpler. I'm sure it's hard to raise any kind of money that is going to a place that might get blown up before you get to use the goods that are delivered. But it is even harder to explain why people want solar in Ukraine right now. And this was not, my background's in solar, but this was not my idea. This was the request that came to our Rotary Club from the city of Chernihiv, which is about 2 hours north of the capital city of Kyiv. And it's just about 20 minutes from Belarus, which is, of course, a Russian-leaning nation state. So the reason the Ukrainian people are pivoting towards solar is because their infrastructure has been a target right since the full-scale invasion began in 2022. So their natural gas has been bombed. Even the old Chernobyl nuclear plant that is in northern Ukraine has caught fire because of all the drone warfare taking place overhead. And they just need to have much more nimble, flexible ways to provide electricity and water and heat to their people. Just in the last couple of weeks, President Putin of Russia has really amped up the pressure on Ukraine by targeting the electric grid and by targeting the water supply. So nothing has changed in that regard since I started working on this with Ukrainian people 2 years ago. But they are very excited about pivoting towards solar. And of course, the solar can get destroyed. Of course it could. But the incredible difference between replacing some solar panels and replacing an entire natural gas plant or a nuclear plant or something like that, it's not even in the same discussion. We can build back quickly if we need to using renewable energy. So that's what they're doing. Okay, so our first hospital project, which is nearing completion, is the maternity house, KNP, in central Chernihiv, which is a city of 250,000 people north of Kyiv, the capital. And they just want the solar to power all the things that you would imagine are critical in the hospital: the operating room, the testing facilities, the x-ray machines, all of that. Our project has battery backup. They were not interested in doing anything without that. So the battery industry is really going to do very well in Ukraine once the war is over and we're getting these initial units in place. So the present system that we've configured for them will provide battery power for 4 hours, which is pretty much the industry standard, so that they can make other arrangements if they need to. So this hospital has dirty diesel power. It has damaged electric power from the grid. It now has solar power and it has battery backup. So that's what it takes to keep the lights on in a war zone. Now, cutting to the seemingly to the end of our story first, here we are in a beautiful shot that came into my WhatsApp a couple of weeks ago. These are the solar panels. It's a $250,000 project that we got delivered to the maternity hospital of Kyiv with our 14 partners. And what you see here are the Rotary Club officers in the center, but then on the left side is the actual solar engineer whose company did the work. And on the right side is the energy manager for the city of Chernihiv. And he's been a tremendous person to work with, just so single-mindedly focused on energy independence for his municipal buildings. This is our next project. This is the 600-bed general hospital in Chernihiv. It would be a much, as I said, steeper hill to climb. This is a $400,000 solar project. And the reason that they're asking us to focus on this hospital is because it's become a regional hub for the treatment of wounded warriors. So Of course, they have all the usual and necessary and critical services there, but this is a big part of what they're doing today. This is an image from Google Earth of where we plan to put the solar on the roof. These buildings are very unusual in their shape. They're kind of like long, narrow buildings. But the reason we have a good bead on where the solar should go is because we had a tremendous partner in the US Department of Energy that helped us figure that out. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But this is our project timeline now for the general hospital. So, they're still configuring the maternity hospital and the battery backup for it, but they're in good hands now. They know what they're doing. We're continuing to fundraise, however. So we hope to complete our fundraising. Our project is now $425,000 actually, because every global grant for solar has to include job training. So we have priced the job training component of this at $25,000. So we're giving ourselves through the end of the year, and we have some very strong leads on who's going to come through for us on that, but we do have a gap. We hope to then move into an engineering phase to complete a study of the system by the end of February. We had a very robust bidding process last time for the maternity hospital. So we heard from 4 different highly competitive solar installation companies in Ukraine. And we chose what we are sure was the best of them, but we'll be doing that again. And, the Ukrainian winters, of course, are very hard, right? So that's going to take up our time during the harsh winter months. We hope to have the installation underway and completed, as spring comes around again. So what does that mean financially? Well, it's, as I said, a $425,000 price tag, which is certainly quite a bit bigger than the last one we did, which was $250,000. We have some very nice pledges. We've been partnered up with a German not-for-profit called the Blue Yellow Cross, blue and yellow being the colors of the Ukraine flag. And this little powerhouse NGO in Cologne, Germany, is routinely bringing convoys of people and equipment into Ukraine. If not weekly, they're doing it twice a month, I believe. They bring fire trucks in and all manner of medical supplies. And without hesitation, they embraced this project once they learned of it. They just didn't know anyone was doing this. So we have that pledge from them. We have a very serious level of interest from a still to be anonymous Canadian Rotary Club. At the moment that they sign an MOU with us, we'll be happy to talk about who they are. But they're very, very enterprising and good fundraisers, and they're interested in providing about half the funds for this project. And then we're turning to our stalwart 14 again. For the balance of the funds, the American Rotary Clubs have pledged about $50,000 so far. So we have a gap, of course, as you always do in the beginning of these projects, of about $120,000. I have trouble reading my own writing, $129,000. And I'm confident that we can make that up. We do an awful lot of public speaking, and we hear back from people where we sowed seeds months and even years ago now. I just wanted to take you quickly through how we got here, how we put all this together. So I joined the Rotary Club of Babcock Ranch specifically because I wanted to work on a humanitarian project in Ukraine, and I knew they would allow me to do that. But coincidentally, at the time I joined, our club was asked to host a group of Ukrainian science and technology professors from Kyiv and Kharkiv and Poltava. And so they came in 2024. Oh, Martin, I think we need to have you put the slide. There you go. That's it. Thank you so much. Maybe could you make me a little smaller?
I got you. Don't worry. I'll make you smaller.
Yeah. I think they get the picture literally as to what I look like. Okay, and so then can we make there we go. Yeah. Yeah. So when the science and technology professors came in 2024, we used it as a teaching moment for our high school kids. And we had also learned from speaking with Ukrainians that a lot of them, were caught without phones as they were targeting the different utility systems in Ukraine. So we found a quick and dirty way to make cell phone chargers using individual solar cells that you buy on Amazon, and then you just fit a USB charger on the back of it, you solder it on. And so we sent about 30 of those off to Ukraine as a kickoff to our project, but they were made by our high school students with our guests from Ukraine visiting with them and watching how it went. And they did wonderful art on the back of the solar panels to send messages of love and hope. So initially what we got funded was I was going for one big global grant, and I was asked by Ukrainian Rotarians in leadership to divide it into two. So it began with just a workforce development project, which is now underway for 60 veterans at the Polytechnic Institute in Kharkiv. Chernihiv Polytechnic is also participating in it, but it's headquartered in Kharkiv. And you may have heard the name Kharkiv. It is a frontline city. It's 20 miles from Russia, and it's been constantly bombarded by Russian artillery since the beginning of the war. And there's some very courageous people there who are still getting up and going to work every day, delivering engineering education to students. And they are recruiting veterans as they come back from the front line into a job training program. It is largely focused on solar installation, but that's not all we're talking about in the classes. So we'll get to that in a moment. And then separately, we also got approved the solar for the maternity hospital. I had thought the two would be one grant, but that was not to be. So you cannot, as you know, in life, do anything without wonderful partners. And so here are our wonderful partners. As I mentioned, the Kyiv Rotary Club is very strong. I don't know about Canadians and in the rest of the world, but Americans perhaps tend to think that we're doing for Ukraine, or at least we did a great deal. But Ukrainians are incredible humanitarians and are doing for themselves as much as we are doing for them. So you can see the president of the Rotary Club there delivering humanitarian goods. And they work around the clock, really, on global grants, but also just very local humanitarian projects that they get asked to help with. They specialize in relief for children, physical relief, but also mental relief. They provide camps and school, weekend schools and all kinds of emotional and mental health support for children. These are our partners over in Kharkiv. These gentlemen are in the construction industry, and they're very, very interested in solar as a career for themselves and for their employees. So we really have an excellent partnership there. So fortunate to have the municipal partner that we do. The city of Chernihiv, as I said, is not the capital city. It's a fifth of the size of the capital city, but much closer to Russia. And the Russians did try to take Chernihiv when the war began, but they were driven out in one of the important early battles of the year. And the woman who is here exclaiming is the liaison to international volunteers who come to the city, or like our group, communicate via Zoom and WhatsApp. And she is extremely knowledgeable about all the different ways that her city needs help and can coordinate people who are coming from all around the world to do that. So we're fortunate to work with her. The Ukrainians have a robust solar energy industry. You can imagine they're not as busy as they'd like to be right now. But this is a group that we have worked with right from the start. And they do things like they create, this is obviously just a room, but they've recreated a solar installation job in there. And so they're training trade school people and people coming back from war, and all kinds of folks are going through these programs to get training. One of our most significant partners has been the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, which is a part of the U.S. Department of Energy. I used to work for the Department of Energy for many years as a contractor, and so I was pleased to find out in 2023 that they were supporting Ukraine energy needs through a partnership with USAID. And so before USAID was disassembled, they did a feasibility, well, they called it a pre-feasibility assessment of the buildings that the Chernihiv government was interested in getting solar for. Really, really fine work. This is the team that did it. Some Americans and some Ukrainian people studying in the United States participated in putting this work together. They're disbanded now because of USAID's demise. You probably can't see this, but this is the kind of analysis they gave us back. We went into the fundraising knowing how much the equipment would cost, what the payback periods would be, how much equipment was needed, and what kind of real investment this would be, not just for us, but for the people sending financial support to us. So it's been very helpful to have this kind of data from a third party other than ourselves testifying to the efficacy of the ideas. So I just wanted to show you quickly, these are our partners in Kharkiv at the Polytechnic Institute. These are the people that get up every day and go to work. Sometimes they find that their office looks like this. And this is a physics professor who is a specialist in solar energy, and we've been working with her right from the beginning. She's an amazing person, but she's working with the veterans that are coming through our program. This is just a nice, government-approved picture of who we're working for and with. And I said before that it's not just an installation project. We're not just teaching people to get up on a roof and solder things and belt things down. The solar industry is growing, and it's growing in complexity. So there are installation and maintenance jobs, but there's also project development work that can be done. There are people called site assessors who are very necessary. System designers, it can lead to an engineering career where you take your knowledge, your hands-on knowledge of solar, and you study further in engineering. Certainly what the Kharkiv people want to concentrate on is transforming their entire residential sector to solar as well. So there's marketing and sales instruction that's being developed for this. And many people in the United States may now be familiar with community solar, which is how we deliver solar energy to nursing homes, hospitals, low-income projects, and that type of thing. So there's a lot to talk about in the solar industry, and we are designing that curricula. I told you already that this is the next project, and so this final slide is just how people can contribute to it. One thing that we like about working with Rotary is that they absolutely insist that we don't send any money or do anything with money until they have approved the project. So that generally takes 2 or 3 months. Once the fundraising is done, once we're sure that we have pledges, then we'll hear from them, and then we can actually collect on the pledges. So that's just, I can share this slide afterwards. It's just instructions on how you would make a donation after Rotary has approved the project. So I think that is it in terms of the formal presentation. I'm happy to chat further, but it's been terrific to be here and to give you an update. And we're just so excited about continuing in Chernihiv.
Thank you so much, Pat. Yeah, I think we've got your URL now, tinyurl.com/solar for Ukraine, using the numeral 4, solar for Ukraine. And there's no .com after that, so don't worry. I had one question already. Are you missing a .org or a .com? No, we're not. It's tinyurl.com/solar for Ukraine. If you'd like to donate, and I know we want to donate. We had pledged actually on the Chernihiv, but before I knew it, that was fully funded, and I went in to try to donate, and they had taken the donation utility off of Rotary. So we want to donate, and we can just go to tinyurl.com solar for Ukraine and donate there, right? It's literally that simple.
Yeah, it's going to be. I want to wait though until we get the approval, because I can tell you quite candidly that one of the streams of funding that I got that allowed me to close the funding for Chernihiv was that there was another project. I don't even know what part of Ukraine it was, but it was a sizable chunk of money. The project was never approved, and with a great deal of effort, we were able to redirect that money to our project, but that's not easy to do. And so that's why, for your protection, you want to wait until we get the thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can make a pledge. You can absolutely make a pledge, and there's a place to do that.
And is that at the tiny URL? Is that where we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, you heard it. I see a lot of people on Instagram. Joshua from London is on, the film producer for the John F. Kennedy films and John F. Kennedy celebration of his life. Mayor Christie is on. Mayor, great to see you. Also, Arif Galani from Canada, and Anil is on from India. Thank you, Anil. Giofredo Mayo and Mohan Khat is all on over there at Instagram. Also, Charlene from Canada is on, also joining Arif Galani. Charlene Doak-Gebauer, a powerhouse writer, author, and one of the biggest supporters of Ukraine. Aaron Newman Myers is on from Purdue Family Farms in Maryland. Aaron has done so much. He helped us send all those winter coats, a huge shipment with games for children to the orphanage. Was so cool. I think we're going to take a break, guys. When we come back, we are going to field a couple of questions out here. We've got them actually popping up on LinkedIn also, because we are broadcasting live on LinkedIn right now. This is sometimes why we get so many people coming in. You know, we've already had Abdul from Dubai today, and AJ, of course, in Hungary, and many other people. So thank you so much. Take a break, grab a coffee. Mine is empty. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we'll handle some of these questions with Pat and then wrap up. Is that good for you, Pat, to get a water or something?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and I also would like to mention in our WhatsApp group, we have already sent over some of Pat's documents that we shared. So if you want to take a look at those, please, in the WhatsApp group, those are available. These are supporting documents for you. And during the break, if you'd like to pop in there, you certainly can. And I'm happy to say that, you know, the documents are there as PDFs, and we've put them in the members only group. We've put them in the board of directors group, and we've also put them into the massive group with almost 400 people at the Global Embassy of Culture. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Those are available. We'll be right back in a second. Like I said, grab a coffee if you haven't completely woken up yet. But otherwise, I will see you guys maybe in about 4 minutes, if you don't mind. Let's take a second to recharge. And special thanks to our sponsors also. We really appreciate it.
watching and stay tuned, we'll be right back. Be sure to support our amazing sponsors, stop by, say hello, and explore how you can do business together. We truly appreciate their partnership and yours.
And that concludes another edition of Road Gang Radio live from the Fastport Studios at the historic Degas House. How you doing, guys? Jimmy Mack, Radio Nemo. We want you guys to tune in from 7 to 11 Monday through Friday here on RadioNemo.com. You can also find us at iHeart. You can find us on Odyssey. You can find us on, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and all points in between. Hope you be there. 7 to 11 in the center of the country, 8 to 12. Be there for Road Gang Radio and Nemo Nation.
Every generation, every sacrifice. Our nation's service members have stood up for our freedom, our families, and our future. Now it's our turn to stand up for them. This year, you can honor their service in a deeply personal way by sponsoring a $17 Veterans Wreath. Each wreath is more than a symbol. It's a heartfelt tribute to the heroes who served and to the families who carry their legacy. Visit wreathsacrossamerica.org to sponsor a wreath today. This isn't just a wreath. It's a personal gift to an American hero.
Join former White House chef Marty Mangello as he brings to life colorful stories about America's presidents and first families that have occupied 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest.
Is when screaming guests are lit on fire inside the White House. So I know that everyone's thinking like, what did he just say?
It's time to be informed and entertained with Inside the President's Cabinet. Visit the website today at www.insidethepresidentscabinet.com.
Let's play a game. खेल भी?
You know what? ये लाइफ सेट वाली लाइन है. It's a scam.
You know, my love. सारा
लाइफ सेट करते करते पूरी लाइफ ही बैलेंस हो जाती है.
If you happen to hear the leaf blower outside, that's the sound of progress, baby. That's the sound of freedom. We are here at the Fastport Studios in the historic Degas House. That is the broadcasting home of Radio Nemo. If you go to radionemo.com, if you go to Odyssey, if you go to iHeart, if you go to the TubaU, if you go to the Book of Face, we're in a lot of places talking to truckers and talking to the people who like to talk to truckers all across America. Told you what the Fastport Studios, by the way. You should go to fastport.com. If you do, you'll learn about that great company, too, that actually helps make veterans' dreams come true by giving them a purpose-driven life. I'm joined, in fact, by the guy who made the Fastport Studio possible, president of Fastport, Mr. Brad Bentley. How you doing? You enjoying this new studios we bring it to life?
Every day is a great day in New Orleans, but it's always fun to come to the studio and meet you, Mac.
Well, I got to tell you, we're going to get some donuts here later on, but for now, you should come on down to radionemo.com, and if you want to, come check us out on July 23rd. Big party going down. The leaf blower will not be here for that.
From the White House flame to the world we roam, we carry the stories that build this home. In kitchens and halls we serve with pride, with culture and honor side by side. We are torchbearers, bold and true, with red, white, and global hues. From medals to meals, from truth to art, we serve the world with a patriot's heart. The United States Presidential Service Center and Global Embassy of Culture, where service meets diplomacy. One world, many flags, one guiding light. Together we rise, together we ride.
All right, guys, welcome back. And we are here with Pat Courtney Strong and enjoying another fine Saturday. We are back again with you and Pat Courtney Strong. We got a bunch of questions lined up, guys. Thank you for enjoying the music. We're going to crank that down and fade it out for you. We appreciate you so much, and everybody that's on all the questions. I'm going to jump right into them. I noticed a bunch of them on LinkedIn. First one, Pat, is what inspires you to keep going despite the challenges with the Russia-Ukraine situation? And what has been your most exciting experience so far through the fundraising process?
Right. Oh, thank you for that question. I think that came from Vincent. It's really just a privilege to be in dialogue with so many people in Ukraine who get up every day and just do what they need to do to move on with their lives. They all have friends and relatives who have left, and they don't begrudge them that opportunity at all, but they have stayed. And so to be in dialogue with them on a regular basis and just hear what their lives are like, it's such a privilege. And I feel very lucky to be doing it. As far as the most exciting thing, as you exist in this club, much of it is on Zoom. So sometimes we're a little short on excitement through Zoom. But when we did have the 6 Ukrainians visiting us here, I could see for the first time that we were bringing to our high school students a perspective that they just were completely unaware about. And while we had the professors here, we also arranged a video call with some high school students in Ukraine. And it was just exposing our students in Florida to issues and topics they clearly had never thought about. And so we went on to do 5 more of those calls over the ensuing 2 years. And it's been really, really great. We don't focus on doom and gloom because these are, after all, children and teenagers. We talk about their lives. We talk about pop culture, what they're watching. Who's going to win Eurovision is always a topic, and food. Everybody loves to talk about their food. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's
Big question coming in now. This one's huge. It's going to take up a lot of real estate. I will read it out loud for folks, but this one is kind of big. Great presentation coming in from LinkedIn. Remarkable work is being done by Pat Courtney Strong. Honored to be part of this amazing community. I am in the process of launching my startup, LLC Rebuild UA in Dnipro. RebuildUA.pro. Rebuild UA aims to bring a foreign workforce to Ukraine to help Ukraine rebuild, mainly in residential housing, reconstruction, energy sector, transport, healthcare, water treatment plants, manufacturing plants, factories, mining, etc. As Ukraine will face an acute shortage of workforce. Obviously, yes, the rebuild period, 30 to 60 trillion for 20 to 40 years, is critical. Pat, would you like to just comment on this here?
Sure. Do we have the person's name? I don't see it.
No, they came in as just LinkedIn users, so we put them up.
Okay,
Yeah, give us your name though. I know they're listening.
Yeah.
If you would like to, they might be in a dangerous area. Something I learned about visits where we sent teams to Ukraine, they would tell us like, I'm going off of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I will be like on Signal only, but only once every 7 days, Marty. I'm not revealing where the warehouse is.
Yeah.
The 1,000 generators we sent there, have to be careful sometimes. But go ahead, Pat.
Right. Yeah, I would just say that, we would urge you to think about the global grant process. It can really jumpstart your efforts. Nobody loves grant writing, but I think it's been pretty straightforward, and they've been a great group of people to work with. And once we were approved, the money moved quickly. And I'm on calls with people all the time now who are bringing in medical equipment and other types of badly needed supplies to Ukraine, and they're getting funds for it in a timely fashion.
Yeah, that was from AJ Sony.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Great to see you, a volunteer right there out of Budapest, Hungary. If we go back to an original comment at 11:09 a.m. Eastern USA time, AJ is in Budapest, Hungary, Ukraine volunteer. And one of our volunteers I would like to mention, Marta Magnoni of New York City, went, and Pat, she was part of World Central Kitchen, living in Poland and working every day, a very affluent woman who is, I would say, quite well moneyed. We went to breakfast at Tiffany's with her in New York City for Stormy's birthday. And to see her do that was like, wow, you are such a well-moneyed lady, and your work as a senior vice president with Walmart and Sam's Mart and Sirius Worldwide, and you're working every day 10 to 14 hours a day, feeding and washing pots and pans, and she's just a remarkable person. It's the type of people we have in the Global Embassy, Pat. And she also volunteers at the Ronald McDonald House in New York City.
Wow.
So again, it's like no pay, busy taking care of her mom every day. So thank you for what you're doing. Next question, also on LinkedIn, I see there. Let me scroll up a little bit because we had a couple of them here. What inspires you to keep going despite the challenges with the oh, I'm sorry, I read that one already. Okay. What is it that is the biggest impediment you're facing in getting these projects actually installed? Or towards the installation? What is the biggest impediment you face?
Yeah. Well, I think it was very important to not cut any steps out. So we developed a very strong request for proposals that went out to the Ukrainian solar industry. And we didn't take a long time, but we took enough time to review the bids, both in English and Ukrainian. We had, we translated them into English. So we were very deliberate about who we chose and how we communicated with them. It can be, once the project starts flowing, it can be a little hard to observe it from so far away, right? But my WhatsApp group that is, driving this forward has been so excellent, sending me pictures and documenting everything. And Rotary ordinarily would require that I go there to observe the project and make sure it was implemented the way we described that it would be. It's not possible to get that thumbs up from Rotary during the active hostilities. And yet many Rotarians do go to Ukraine to do just that, to observe. They do it on their own dime. You can't get.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Reimbursed for going into a war zone as a civilian without the.
We have funded much of that, and the generators was a huge project at one time.
Right.
I'm going to just say thank you so much again for today, Pat. This has been a terrific update. If you're out there and you're thinking about Solar for Ukraine, remember that URL. Also, Istiak Doza I see over there on Instagram in Bangladesh. I failed to mention our buddy Istiak. Thank you so much. A lot of breaking news culturally today, of course, from Taylor Swift to K-pop costumes. Be sure to check out tgeoc.org. We have fresh content that is posted every day at the Global Embassy of Culture. And we welcome you if you love culture, if you love dance, music, food, languages, heritage, customs, come in and check out our site. We have fresh content that goes up every day with music, videos, everything to do with culture. And we have really enjoyed spreading the love and sharing with one another. We're not a monolith, by the way. We're just a melting pot of gumbo, a jazz riff of human stories, remixing daily in boardrooms, kitchens, galleries, and classrooms. So thank you to all of our paying members. Thank you to our sponsors. And most of all, thank you to our guest today, Pat Courtney Strong in D.C. Get on out there and enjoy the world. What do you got planned for this afternoon, Pat? Where are you going?
Oh, we have a new grandbaby, so we're taking the very small little girl out for a walk.
Wow. Okay, sounds awesome. Thank you. Have a great Saturday, everybody. We love you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.